The first time Canada's military will play an active role in the crisis in Iraq. We are sending cargo planes to ferry military supplies to Kurdish fighters in northern Iraq. The Prime Minister's office says it will help the Kurds protect the 1.2 million Iraqi refugees who are facing barbaric attacks from Islamist militants. And as Eric Sorensen reports, with a new man in charge in Baghdad, there is at least a tiny bit of optimism.
A quiet daybreak in Baghdad, and finally some daylight in the country's cascading crises. The political stalemate eased today after Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki agreed to step aside. He had resisted until a rare intervention by the country's supreme cleric, Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani, who called for change. We call upon the political groups, says the spokesman, to shoulder their historical responsibilities and cooperate with the Prime Minister-designate. That would be the new Shiite Prime Minister, Haider al-Abadi. The international community hopes he can unify Shia, Sunnis and Kurds.
He still has a challenging task in putting a government together, but we are modestly hopeful that the Iraqi government situation is moving in the right direction.
The country is not out of trouble by any means. ISIS continues a reign of terror over a large swath of northern Iraq. But there has been progress. The U.S. air campaign halted the advance of the ISIS militants. And that has eased the humanitarian crisis on Mount Sinjar, as supplies reached refugees in danger of starvation. Kurdish fighters have ushered many of them off the mountain to safety.
It's a very critical moment indeed. We want to have rallying all the disparate parts together to deal with this existential threat that ISIS represents.
Today, Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister announced 30 Canadian Forces personnel will deliver 2 plane loads of military supplies to Kurdish forces in addition to humanitarian supplies.
We believe that they will be effective in delivering critical military supplies from contributing allies to Kurdish forces who are currently locked in a struggle with the repugnant terrorist group ISIL.
Iraq has seen more bad days than good this summer, but the government and the international community do share the same goal: to hold Iraq together. Eric Sorensen, Global News, Toronto.